Thomas?
Good. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I guess I bought my first car at 18, so started really young, got my learner's permit at like 16, literally bought my first car. That was a Toyota, technically, kind of, a Scion TC. That's what started it, you know, front wheel drive, little Camry motored hatchback. From there, I threw a turbo kit on it, blew that thing up, moved on, just kept going. Eventually, I figured out actually with this car, I got it because I was the first in my friend group that learned how to drive stick. So a bunch of us high schoolers, right? Nobody really had a car to learn on. So I was the only one who figured it out first. My buddy went to go buy a Miata, an NA, like a 91, I think. And I fell in love with that thing when I helped him drive it home because he couldn't even drive it. He couldn't even test drive it. So I'm the one test driving it. I'm like, this is amazing. I love it. At the time I had a Hyundai Genesis. So I wasn't even, like, Miatas weren't even on my radar. You know, I was all about like big power, big turbos. You know, I want to go fast. I drove that thing home for him and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like I didn't know, you know, what the hype was about those cars and the convertible life and all those things. And so after that, I'm like, all right, I want my own convertible. I want my own roadster. I don't want a Miata because my buddy already bought one. So what else is out there? We ended up here, right, with Toyota MR2. So third generation, not a lot of people know about them, I don't think. Everybody knows the SW20, but this is the Miata Fighter. Quite a drive, and I remember when I was shopping for this car, I really wanted a blue example. I was really picky about the color. I knew I wanted a facelift model since these pre-facelift cars had some issues. So facelift models were the ones to get, that's 03 and up. So we're shopping around. At the time, I bought this in, I think, 18. They were still fairly cheap. You could have one for, like a clapped one for 2-3 grand or less. Nicer examples go for 4 or 5, you know, really nice ones go for more than that. But I found this one up in NorCal, and at first I saw it was gray. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. I really want a blue one, but this was one of the lowest mileage ones, one of the cleanest ones, and I was in a hurry to buy a car, so I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna be so picky about the color. Let's go take a look at it. Ended up getting it for 8 grand back in 18, just under 100,000 miles, 04 models, so more of a rare model year. And I found out later, when I first bought it, I'm like, oh, I'm not a fan of the gray. It had the red interior and all that. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll wrap it or paint it down the line. Apparently the gray is one of the rarest colors for these cars, even though it's a very common Toyota, you know, Corolla color. You see these everywhere. But for MRSs, the gray only came on 04 and 05 models. So only a 2 model year color. And only because of that afterwards, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll keep it. It's kind of nice.
Like, okay,
yeah.
never mind.
Yeah. The rarity made me, I'm like, okay, you know what, forget the blue. This is a fairly popular conversion, kind of. It was, as far as I know, it was pioneered by TPS, Technopro Spirits in Japan. They're a race team that race MR2s. I want to say they have a competition MR2 with a 2ZZ in it that first did the Celica headlight conversion on a pre-facelift car. So here we go. So under the hood, these headlights have to be completely, like, they're not meant for the car at all. So this is all completely custom fab work. You can see here, starting with the hood, we got to do 3 things. The hood, the fender, and the bumper all have to be massaged and body worked and custom works to accept these headlights. You can see here, all of this cut right here, that's all custom. This is just custom sheet metal. This is tube framing that my shop did. They all welded it together. So this whole thing, all metal. There's no body, there's no fiberglass, there's no Bondo in there. We made it as OEM plus as possible, especially because I track this thing and I'm kind of hard on my cars. So I wanted to make sure that, it's as sturdy as possible. We're not going back and re-body working it, after every 6 months or whatever it is. So down here you can see this gap. This is where the original headlight fills in, those big frog eyes that these cars are known for. Up here you can see the cut that we had to make, and this is a custom bracket. You got to cut into the fender. The fender originally came down all the way to like here. So this whole section's cut out to fit the Celica headlight. This whole piece of fender, this bend, this entire piece is all custom metal. So all of this is all solid, it's all welded in. The original fender stops like somewhere around here. So this whole piece welded in with tube framing. This right here, the original bumper is plastic. So this entire body line is pretty much made from scratch from my body shop. They had plastic welded it from the original bumper down here up to here to meet this headlight piece. This whole piece right here, this little body line, that's also scratch made from my body shop. This is all plastic. So as OEM as possible, this is a lot of custom work, and obviously very expensive. So people have approached me asking like, hey, can we make a kit out of it? Like pull some molds, things like that. Unfortunately, even if I had made molds of the hood, the fender, and the bumper, you still would have to cut into the original fender piece, the original area where the headlights were. No matter what, there's going to be custom cutting involved, which is why it's not really feasible as a commercial kit. You can't just buy the panels, bolt everything on, and call it a day. There's a lot of custom brackets that we had to make to accept the Celica headlights. Obviously, the tabs are completely different from what the MR2 headlights were. So a lot of work goes into it. Ultimately, it's kind of funny at the end of the day, the shop did such a good job that it looks so OEM plus. People really have to do that double take if they don't know the car super well. Yeah, they got to turn back like, that looks kind of different. It's that uncanny valley of MR2s. You're like, wait a minute, I don't remember that they look like that. Are we sure? That's not stock. But at the end of the day, they did such an amazing job that it really looks OEM plus.
And you say that the motor is swapped to,
yes.
Can you show us that?
Yeah, right here. Only swapped it to a 2ZZ. A lot of MR2 owners do this. This is the most common swap for these cars because it's almost a drop-in. The 2ZZs are out of a Lotus Elise, Toyota Matrix, XRS, Pontiac Vibe. They came in a whole bunch of things. Toyota used them in a bunch of platforms. The only reason I swapped it is because I blew up my 1ZZ during COVID while we were on lockdown and nothing else to do. I'm up running the canyons all day long. I'm not checking my oil like I should be, right? And kaboom, goes my 1ZZ. But good news is 2ZZ, one more Z.
I noticed that these are S2K seats. Is that right?
Yeah, they're AP1 S2000 seats. They're reupholstered, so they're not original, but because my original seats all ripped, so this was the replacement. What's cool about these S2000 seats, including the S2000 rails, they're almost the complete bolt-in. 3 out of 4 of the bolt holes will line up perfectly with the MR2 chassis bolt holes. You do just have to make one bracket. I can show you here. In the back, you can see that custom metal bracket, that little rusty thing, that's literally just an L bracket to reach the last bolt hole for the MR2. But that's all you need. So really, as long as you can get some metal and drill some holes in it, that's it. It bolts right in. Door cards here, I get a lot of questions about these. This is actually, ironically, probably one of the cheapest parts of the car because this is just, this is clearance fabric from Joann's Fabrics back when they were still in business. I just grabbed it off the shelf because all my stuff in the interior, it's a 20-some-odd-old car. Everything's falling apart. So as my door cards fell apart, I'm like, I'm gonna replace it with something else, grab some random clearance fabrics and just glued it on. So this is just cut to shape, glue it on with some fabric glue, and that's it. It's a Nardi Personal, so I think a 320 or 330, something like that. It's been a minute. But the original steering wheel, what's funny is that these are, they were so big. Because it's a Toyota parts bin, for a lot of stuff, I think that steering wheel is the same thing they use in the Celica, and the MR2 is a much smaller car, so even when I first bought the car, I'm 6'1", so a little bit, a little bit oversized for these things. So when I first got in, the steering wheel was always hitting my knees. It's really difficult to be driving sometimes. So a smaller steering wheel is a must for me, with the spacer adapter to bring it out a little bit. The bumper is a TRD Stage 2. These are notoriously difficult to find. I'm not sure if anybody's making replicas now, but back especially when I first got my car, the only way to get one of these was you had to find it original. I got really lucky. Mine was an original plastic bumper from somebody in Canada that had shipped it down to me. I think I paid $1,000 for it, which is a lot for these things. Typically you can find a cheap fiberglass bumper for these for like $300-400 at most. But again, pay to play for TRD parts. The rest of the kit, the side skirts are very common. They are VIS replicas for TRD skirts. The rear skirt, same thing, TRD replica. What's funny, a lot of the parts of my car, because I built this thing back in 2018 to 2020, aren't really available anymore. Like the side vents, those are Veris style side vents from, I think CL Performance. They're a Russian company. So with everything going on in the world right now, we're not really sure if they still exist. The wing as well, also from, I think a Russian company. I think it's also from CL Performance. It's a C1X replica wing, all fiberglass. Very common to be mistaken for the TRD wing, which is a little bit higher and it has an adjustable blade, but I specifically went for this one since it has a little bit of a lower profile. A lot of these parts, I always get people asking me like, oh, will you sell me your side vents, will you sell me your wing, things like that. Unfortunately, I know if I get rid of it now, it's very unlikely unlikely that I'll ever, be able to find them again. So really happy to have gotten them, while I could have and gotten them on the car. So big shout out to number one, my body guys, AK Airbrushing, Alan, Jose, love you, you already know. They've worked on all of my cars since my Genesis Coupe. I actually met them through the Hyundai Genesis community, and they've done all the body work on all my cars, all my paint and body. Especially, this is so far the pinnacle of their work for me is the Celica headlight conversion. Everybody that sees it, they're like, oh my God, like what did you pay your body guy? You're sending his kids to college, with the amount that you're spending on this stuff. But again, amazing shout out. They always take care of me. They always do top quality work. So if you guys need any paint and body done, AK Airbrushing in Riverside, they got you covered. Huge shout out to Project Dream. Those guys are in Roland Heights. They're my mechanic shop right now. So anything to do with mechanical work, they are also a body shop, so they can do paint and body as well. They recently did the transmission rebuild on this car, on the MR2. We did a full 6-speed rebuild. Almost every gear was replaced. So they're able to take the whole thing apart. They're able to separate all the gears, put brand new components in, and so far it's been running like a dream. So Project Dream, Roland Heights, those are you guys for mechanic work. My cat says.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Thomas and his 2004 Toyota MRS. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's vlog, and next time when I'm back in LA here, we'll probably go through his Lotus. So you don't want to miss out that episode, so be sure to like and subscribe. Once again, thanks, Thomas. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time in your Lotus, right?
See you next time, yeah, absolutely.